Hi, my name is David. I'm going to walk you through how I solved the CSWA practice problem 7.8. So for this problem, first I created the main rectangular prism and then started cutting things away, starting with these two little notches cut out, and then creating this little shape right here and cutting out its long track. Then I used a linear pattern to create these two, and then finally created this slot right here, cut in a little bit, and then mirrored that feature to create the other cut for the other slot. So I'm going to start in the top plane and extrude down to create the rectangle. So let's get started here. So start in the top plane, and you can use Q for that. Top plane, sketch. Okay, and I'm going to use a center rectangle. Let me see here. So center rectangle with dimensions 225 and 850. And it's really big, so let me zoom out. And as mentioned, we're going to extrude down, and the distance will be 90 plus 16 going down. The 90 plus 16 is coming from here and here, so that from the top to the bottom of that rectangular prism, it's going to be 105. Okay, so then we're going to work on these little notches right here and here. So I'll create a sketch on this face, enter line mode, roughly do that little cutout profile. All right, and actually I'm going to create a center line for reference. We'll see why in just a moment. Okay, so it looks like the height of this little cutout is 16, and then this angle here is 45. And then here's where we're going to have to use the center line. You can see that from the little tip right here to the other tip is 200. So if we dimension this tip, and then we can try to click on the center line, then that'll give you the distance from here to the center line, but if we move our mouse across the center line, it gives you the mirrored distance across. So we can click, hit enter 200, and there we go. And speaking of mirroring, let's go ahead and mirror this across the center line. So I selected the region, shift clicked on the center line, and then hit mirror entities, and then we've got the other little notch that we're going to cut out over on the other side. So let's go ahead and cut. We're going to right click and do a through all cut, and now those little notches have been cut out. Okay, so let's work on this guy right here. What I'll do is just create the general shape and then start working on making sure that it's symmetric about a center line that we're going to create. So in fact, let's go ahead and create that center line right now. And then start in line tool making roughly that shape. And we can dimension this but as we go, but I'm just going to go ahead and dimension it manually. So it looks like from here to here is 16, and from here to here is 25. Then we've got this guy is 10, this guy is 12. Okay, it's looking a little bit funny, but that's okay. So now we can start making it symmetric. So I'm going to click on this edge, and then shift click the center line and the other edge, and we can make them symmetric. Then do the same for these edges, these lines. Make symmetric. We can do it from the little pop-up right there. Now one of the things is that this is dimensioned to be 10, but this is not. Basically we want it to be so that these two lines are collinear. So collinear is this one right here. All right, so now we're fully defined. That's one way of doing it. We could also just make sure that this line has a dimension of 10 as well. All right, so now we've got the basic little shape that we want to then cut out. So let's go ahead and hit S, extruded cut. If you don't already have the S key shortcut set up, it's a good idea to maybe throw those in there. It's already set to through all, so we're going to hit enter. And now we can take that feature and do a linear pattern on that feature. One direction both directions will be along this line here, so we can select this line. We want them to be, it looks like, what is it, 65, switch over to here. Looks like from here to here it's going to be 65. So 65. We want two of them going in this direction, so 1, 2. And then in the other direction we want it to be symmetric. So basically we want it symmetric in both directions. So we can hit direction 2, symmetric, hit enter, and now we've got 3 of these. All right, so the last thing to do is these 2 slots. And this one has all the dimensions on it, so I'm going to start drawing this slot and then just mirror to create the other slot. So let's work in the top plane for that. We'll go ahead and create a sketch in the top plane. And it'll be nice to have a center line to work with. So I'll just create a center line. And then the type of slot that's most convenient, I think, here is the center point straight slot. So we'll make sure that we're using that, where we can click on the center of the slot and then open it up. Make sure that this is vertical. It shows the yellow vertical, even though it doesn't look very vertical. So I'm going to click and hope that it's doing its job. Looks like it did. And then open it up, and now we've got a slot centered along this center line here. So let's start dimensioning it. Looks like from here to here is 45. And then this is 165 from the center to center. We've also got the horizontal distance here is 40. And great, looks like we're fully defined. So we can go ahead and cut. We're going to do a blind cut. And the depth of the blind cut will be, if we look over here, the depth of the blind cut should be the same as the depth of the cuts for these guys here, which looks like 10 plus 12. 10 plus 12 from the top of the rectangular prism into this little cut right here. And so the slots should match, because it looks like there aren't any like lines. It doesn't go deeper or isn't higher of a cut. So it's right flush up against the little long cuts. So let's go ahead and enter 10 plus 12. All right, so we got that slot cut, and now we want to take that and mirror it about, and I can hit Q here actually, the right plane. There we go. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Let's check. We have 1830668. 1830668 cubic millimeters. Looking good. Well, I hope this video was helpful. Take care and keep studying.